In today's explainer, we're looking at this explosive, honestly mind-boggling idea from our source material that while we humans sit around thinking we domesticated cats, they actually hacked our brains. We think we're the masters here, but the data we're unpacking today suggests they are the ones actively controlling us.
Think about dogs for a quick second. For thousands of years, humans actively and intentionally bred them, right? We bred them to herd sheep, guard our homes, serve as loyal companions. Basically, we steered their evolution. But cats? Well, cats executed a totally different mastermind-style takeover. There was absolutely no intentional breeding program on our end. Instead, they essentially bypassed our logical brains entirely and just hacked our psychology. So how exactly did they pull off this heist?
Section 1. The accidental roommates. So, the really crucial point here is that this whole thing started as a pure chain reaction. Step 1, humans settled down. We start farming, and we begin storing large amounts of grain. Step 2, what does a giant pile of grain inevitably attract? Mice, loads of them. Step 3, this massive concentration of mice acts like a flashing neon diner sign for wildcats in the area. They show up for the feast. In step 4, which is honestly the most important one, the cats made a calculated choice. They realized that sticking near humans meant a never-ending free buffet of easy food, so they just chose to stay.
As humans, we looked at these wild cats catching the mice around our grain silos and basically thought, hey, this is pretty convenient. So we just let them hang around and we patted ourselves on the back for a job well done. But make no mistake, we didn't domesticate them. They domesticated themselves. They moved in simply because it suited them, and we just kind of went along with the whole shebang.
Section 2. Wild predators in disguise.
This brilliantly illustrates the ultimate disguise. Our sources point out that even today, a house cat's DNA is practically identical to a wild cat from thousands of years ago. I mean, really think about the profound implication of that. When you look at a dog, you're seeing thousands of years of human-guided genetic changes. But when you look at that cat sleeping at the foot of your bed, underneath that cute, fluffy exterior, you are literally looking at an animal that is genetically unchanged. They are wild predators, perfectly preserved, just masquerading as domestic pets. They haven't changed biologically to fit into our world at all.
Section 3. Hacking human psychology. Now, all of this begs a really fascinating question. If they're just wild cats in disguise, completely unchanged biologically, why did they make this specific, demanding sound at us? I mean, why do they meow?
In nature, out in the wild, adult cats don't actually meow at each other. They mostly communicate with growls, hisses, and physical body language. But house cats? They figured out how to meow. They developed this specific vocalization for one audience and one audience only. And that's us. They engineered a sound specifically to talk to humans.
And right here is where it gets incredibly manipulative. The sources call it the meow frequency. Somehow, these brilliant little predators realized that a meow matches the exact acoustic frequency of a human baby crying. So they didn't just invent a random sound, they purposefully matched a sound to exploit our deepest evolutionary programming.
When you hear that meow, it's not just a cute little noise. Our human brains are biologically wired to feel anxious when we hear this specific frequency. It taps straight into our parental survival instincts, so we literally can't ignore it. It triggers this alarm bell deep in our subconscious that demands our immediate attention.
And what's the result of all that anxiety? Well, we subconsciously rush to feed them. We drop whatever we're doing, we crack open that can of food, and we fill the bowl. But here's the kicker. We aren't necessarily doing it purely out of rational love in that exact moment. We're actually reacting to an evolutionary trigger just to make the demanding noise stop. They literally found the feed me button in the human brain and they press it flawlessly.
But wait, they don't just use sound, they use visual hacks too. Take the slow blink. Cats know exactly how to trigger the love hormone in our brains. They sit there looking at us from across the room and they execute this deliberate, slow blink. It makes us feel incredibly trusted and special. And when we feel trusted by this supposed wild animal, our brains release oxytocin, which is the love hormone, so we subconsciously love them even more. They are quite literally actively managing our neurochemistry.
Section 4. Marking their human property.
So as we've seen from the source material, they've built this complete, masterful toolkit. Number 1, auditory manipulation through the baby meow, triggering our anxiety and caretaking instincts. Number 2, visual emotional triggers through the slow blink, forcing our brains to release love hormones. And finally, number 3, chemical claiming through the pheromone rub. Let's zoom in on that last one for a second. We all know the feeling, right? Your cat walks past you and lovingly rubs their cheek or their side against your leg. It feels like pure affection.
but what's actually happening on a biological level. They aren't just giving you a little hug. No, they are transferring their pheromones directly onto you.
And the cold hard truth of the matter is basically this. They are marking you as their property. In the animal kingdom, transferring scent like this is a territorial claim. They are essentially putting a biological sticky note on you that says, mine. It completely shatters our whole illusion of being the pet owner. It proves that the ownership dynamic we thought we had is completely backwards.
Which leaves us with one unavoidable conclusion. After looking at this explainer, after understanding how they moved it on their own terms, retained their wild DNA, systematically hacked our neurochemistry with sound and sight, and literally claimed us with chemicals, you really have to ask yourself this final question. So who really owns who? I mean, who is actually in charge here? The next time your cat meows, blinks, or rubs against your leg, just ask yourself, are you really the master, or are you just incredibly well trained? Thanks for exploring this fascinating reality with me today, and remember to keep questioning the world around you.